Hey guys, welcome to another episode of All Bass Creations, Effects, Tutorials, Demos, and Review. So, today we'll be going over some of the presets that I've made that'll be available to you guys. Still working on, waiting for my logos to come back and things like that, and all that good stuff. So, in the meantime, I thought I'd give you guys kind of a sneak preview of the different patches that that'll be available to you guys in my pretty much my preset pack for the Zoom MS-60B Plus. Right? So, you got to hear some of the synths there. You got to hear a little bit of dry tone of just the compressor setting on one particular patch. And you got to hear some octave up stuff, clean, funkier octave up, and then you got to hear something that's a little more, distorted, overdriven guitar type sound. So you got a variety of things there. Make sure you hit that subscribe and the like button and share this, you know what I'm saying, with a friend that could use this. So for those of you guys that actually are into the Zoom multi-stomp series, you have the MS-60B Plus. These patches, you pretty much would just be able to download them from me, from my website. Patreon is probably where they're going to be available at. And then you would just upload them onto your actual unit. So I have 20 different patches here, right? So they pretty much break down into clean bass sounds, live bass sounds, synth bass sounds, solo sounds, or like chordal things that do more guitar-esque type sounds. And then I have a pad in there as well that is very useful. And a lot of this stuff, of course, you guys will need to tweak it. You might not even need to tweak these, to be honest with you. Like, I've literally kind of made sure that they would fit most basses, you know what I'm saying? Like this bass I use does sound a little different than most basses, but it's a very versatile sounding bass. So I did experiment with some different sounds, EQs coming from my bass, but most of the stuff was done with my bass being pretty flat, so it would match whatever everybody else needed. Or for the octave down and octave up stuff, you will want to cut the bass frequencies coming from your bass and boost the high mids in your bass as well. And, reduce some of the treble as well, because it'll give it just the fundamental, most of the fundamental tone of the note, most of the fundamental pitch, like very clearly without any of the mud and without any of the higher stuff if you have a brighter bass, kind of messing with the tracking as well. So it helps out. It helps out tremendously. Let's see what we got up here. So first patch is called and mind you, I don't own any of these sound people's names or whatever the case, brand names. It's all just emulating that sound, getting you close. I probably changed the name of some of these patches and things like that, but it's pretty much what they have in here. Just explain, I'm not going to go through all the effects because that would defeat the purpose of you having to buy it. If I go through all the patches, I'm going through all the patches sound-wise, but if I gave you all the settings, then you wouldn't need to buy the preset pack, and that would defeat me sitting down doing, because I like this unit a lot. And I have some patch. It took me a few hours quite a few hours of playing around with the unit, just getting those tones just right for when I use this thing live. When I don't want to be fiddling around with stuff. I'm trying to have it bam, 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 where I can move around really quickly with it. If I have my iPad hooked up, I'll be able to choose from the list rather quickly. So I don't want to fiddle around with stuff on stage, And you may not want to fiddle around with stuff at all. Some people don't even want to have to put these patches together. That's why you have me. So let's go. All right. So we had the first patch, which is an Ampeg SVT emulation with a little bit of speaker cabinet on there as well. Um, running through pretty much my EQ settings and everything else. Got a little chorus on there. So, all these little different things help out tremendously. Matter of fact, let's do this because that'll make my life easier. Do. Hook up my iPad real quick, guys. But this is an amazing little unit. I especially love the synth sounds on there. All of them, they sound really good. I don't know why people don't talk about the Zoom synth stuff like that. I guess because it's not a big name, and I don't know. A lot of times these people are. Everything gets an amazing review. How does everything get an amazing review? That's crazy. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, how does every product everybody reviews always have some silver lining that you should buy it for? Like, no, some stuff is garbage and some stuff is really good. And this is like, it does have like a little plastic, casing here. I thought this was metal, but this is actually probably plastic. But so is the B6. It's not regular plastic like you thinking of. And plastic's actually really strong at times, and it's allows you to do things. Where is this piece at? Oh, there it is. Actually allows you to do things and manipulate things that metal might not actually allow you to do, different shapes. So as long as you're using it, and just like carbon fiber, as long as you're using it in the proper way it's designed to use, it's actually very strong. But let's open up this app here. They do make you pay for the app. It's like 99 cents, which is, it's not the end of the world, but they do make you pay 99 cents for it. If you get multiple units, you got to get the app more than once. You got to get an app for the MS-60B Plus and MS-70 CDR Plus as well. So, all right. So, again, that's the Ampeg SVT. My settings, my personal settings, along with the rest of my channel strip there. So you like that, that'll be in the pack as well. All right. And then you got these, some of my favorite bass synths. So that's the B synth one. And all my presets, I just put negus at the end of it, just so you can differentiate the difference between the stock ones and the ones that you'll be importing. You know exactly which ones are coming from me. So this is the B synth one, negus. Technically is the name, but all of them have. I'm not saying negus every time, but all of them had that on there. So the first one you're listening to was the Ampeg SVT. You know, so that was the setting for that. That was the synth, and here is my Seek B synth, is what I call it. And of course, you can feel free to switch up the sequence pattern to different time signatures, different amounts of notes per sequence. You don't have to stick with the amount that's there. You can change the numbers to whatever you want to, But these are my actual presets from settings that I use for actual compositions I've done for myself, and getting it set up so when I need to use it for shows and stuff, I can have sounds either because all that you know me, if you know anything about me, rather. I don't know what the hell I was just trying to say, but I like Zoom stuff a lot. So, I had the Zoom B3, the Zoom MS-60B, the original. I also had the MS-50G, original one. And I also have a MS-70 CDR Plus as well. So I love Zoom stuff. So I'm used to these certain effects being available to me, and now that they're available at a higher sound quality is even even more amazing. So with that being the case, I think along with the upgraded effects that are in there, the preamps, all that stuff, you can get some really creamy sounds like that. So I really love what they did with this, as well as when you're running this in stereo, you can switch where you want that right channel to go, So if you don't want the right channel to go all the way through the C, EQ and all that extra stuff, you can have the dry signal coming out the right side, have that effect signal coming out the left side, and now you got two different signals that, run in parallel, dry, and as well as an effects loop, I prefer to not have it that way. I prefer it all be synth, but I actually have it set up to, let me see, I got another cable line around here, immediately available. What am I not using right now? Either way, I'll do that another time, but yeah, just having those available, that option available to move that right channel around in your signal path is amazing. Definitely something you should take advantage of for your needs. But like I said, these are just my presets that I use for stuff. And this one is Dirty Flip Top, So, you know, it's a nice overdriven flat top sound, all nicely put together for you. And of course, you can, choose to switch the modulation off or overdrive, additional overdrive off. You got options even within the patches. Everything's going to come with all the effects on. That way, you can hear them as I originally intended rather. And then you can turn off or on whatever you may like, but these will get you, if you like my sounds, this will get you this is going to get you the exact settings I'm using without having to guess or reprogram everything yourself. And it's going to get it, as soon as you download it, bam, you just throw it on the pedal and it'll immediately be available to you. But let's keep moving. This is a phase, Aguilar with a phaser sound in there. That's my bass dry. Adding the effects minus the phaser. So this is all my Aguilar amp settings along with everything else on the channel. Everything just minus the phaser. So yeah, that's the Aguilar. With the phaser. Next up, we got the Excite B synth. All right, so here's my bass dry. All right, with the effects. Hardcore synth on you. You feel me? And that's all straight from regular bass sound. You just switch it on with the line selector, and that's the thing too. I literally built these for live settings, or you being able to turn things on and off very easily. You know, nobody wants to have to fiddle to change the patch and all that all the time. Sometimes you just want to be able to press a button and have the effects that you need, the patch that you need, come up immediately. And so for that reason, you know, I use the line selector a lot. You know, that is something I give away. You know, that's something easy. The line selector effect definitely helps you be able to do that quickly. So instead of having to go on, off, I can just go press 1, bam. Got my synth, and then when I don't want it, I got my regular bass sound. And then you would just match out those volumes if you're going to flip it out on and off, which you can do easily from the line selector. Right? Say that's not loud enough, you know, or it's too loud, or whatever the case. You just go and turn the effects level down till they match up more. You can boost the regular output as well. Get them a little bit closer. And then you just push your overall volume, you know, sound engineer to be able to balance that out. See? And that's if you want to reduce how much signal you have going into these effects. Now, if you want to, if you ever want to adjust the overall volume of the pedal, you can go into the menu and do that. But if you want to adjust the volume of the overall effect, just go to the very last effect in that signal chain and turn it up or down, and that allows you to turn it up and down without affecting the input sensitivities of like the filters or whatever else we're using on these patches. You change the input gain, it can change the whole effect or how the effect is responding. For instance, if I play softer, i.e. if I turn down the gain, it would be softer. It's different than the vocal. See how that's responding? So I wanted to still be able to respond. So, that way you would just go to the last effect in the chain, which in this one is a limiter, turn that down, and bam. You got your a couple different ways you can control your volume. Wow. All right. Next we have a bass analog octaver. And this is my settings for that. Here's my bass dry. Well, just the compressor, because certain patches I have the compressor of that patch running before the line selector. So that way I can always have the compression on, whether I am using the line selector. I have all the effects running or not. I still have my compressor running like as an always on pedal, and then using the line selector to turn the rest off and on. It's just easy way of doing this. So I keep on the actual pedal, I keep it on the line selector, and I just bam, bam, right? But on the iPad, I can just have it go to if you look at the bottom of the app, you'll see a row of buttons and effects, patch, editor, and news. You just click on patches, and you can literally press which patch you want from there. Scroll up and down, all that good stuff. Reorder them very easily, and all that good stuff for songs. You can, if you need to do all that. But then you can just have your iPad there switching patches versus having to reach down on the floor or trying to get these buttons with your toe. You just bam, 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 which is so much easier. Just get the app. Like, I'm going to tell you now, just get the app. It's going to make your life a lot easier. But let's see what we got here. So this is my bass with just a compressor. Effect on. So you get a beautiful octave setting there, getting you nice another synth bass sound. I try to get a variety. I try to do a variety of synth bass stuff in here, just because it doesn't. One, I love the way Zoom's like synth pedals in here are. That bass octave, analog octave is pretty good. That is pretty darn good to be in a multi effects unit that costs $140. Along with 5 other effects in your chain you can have. Zoom be cutting it on the lower end, especially. They pretty much, all their pedals are pretty much $500 or less, and they be killing them. So, it's amazing. It's kills. So let's keep going, because we still got a lot more patches to go. But we got the SWR phase. So this is a phaser and the SWR emulation in here, along with some other things to sweeten it up. That's it. Bam. So you have your phaser on there as well. You can turn that on and off. All right. So now we're getting into the solo stuff. A couple solo patches here. This is called the Octave one plus Oct Solo, right? And so pretty much it's my solo setting for Zoom stuff in general. Because these same set of effects are available on the B6 for the most part. It does have a few different effects on here, but mostly the MS-60B Plus is the one that has all the widest range of course, modulations, delays, and reverbs, as well as filters as well. So it has more filters than the other pedals. Also, sorry guys, I'm a little tight. After this, I'm going to hop in the Epsom salt bath. But yeah, let's hear a little bit of this. That's my bass without nothing. With the effects. So this is how you need your bass somewhere around this area, you know, very, very thin type sound, you know, and that'll get you a better results with this patch. Zoom's tracking has got way better. Like that, the tracking on that is bananas. That is bananas. For $140, like that pedal could be sold separately. A lot of these effects could be sold separately. I mean, I know they're emulating, you know, different brands effects at different times, but a lot of these effects are good enough to be sold as almost like an individual pedal. Like this polyphonic pitch shifter is really good, and it's really versatile. At that, you can go from synth bass sounds to solo sounds. You know, it tracks very well. Like it tracks really well. These are normal chords that would trip up other octavers. That is amazing. Great job, Zoom, on this, Jay. But you know, I have that's my solo octave up patch there, you know. You can use that for guitar. If you got chords type stuff, you want more in the guitar range, you can solo with it. Beautiful. And all you got to do when you know, if you got it on that patch and you don't want to use it, bam. Hit that line selector. So, beautiful. And make sure y'all hit that subscribe, hit that like button, you know, and that way, you know, you get, let me know below if you're interested in these patches. Like if you're interested in buying these patches, let me know down below, you know, I can make sure that you be amongst the first to get them. You know, you want to be first, you got to let me know. You know, I got you though. But give me about another week and I'll be able to get a lot of this stuff launched. I got IRs coming out, like all the cabinets you see, like that's That's a Harkey high drive 210. You got a Fender Bassman Neo 115. You got a TC Electronic 410s and a tweeter. What else we got in here? You got a Jens Vans 212 tweeter. Gallion Kruger Neo 115 tweeter. You got a Ampeg BA 210 over there. You know, along with all the amps, you know, and preamps, the Gensler, the Aguilar, Eden, Ampeg, TC Electronic, Mark Bass, you know, Jen's bands, you know what I'm saying? Old school, you know, two preamp right there, you know. So we got all these different options that are going to be available for Tone X1. The preamps and stuff be all for Tone X1. We also, you know, got a color box V2. You know, all this stuff's going to be available very easily. So let's go. But just give me a week and we get it in there. But here is my overdriven, my distorted octave up sound that I use for stuff. One of my favorite patches, of course, you know, nice solo sound there, you know, great delay and reverb effects on that too, you know. I love the delays and reverb patches, effects they've put on here as well. So next, now we officially on patch number 11. We still got to get to 20. I'm going to speed this up a little bit, guys, just because, you know, you guys kind of get the gist. You know, these are just my regular patches, you know. So dirty and nasty. So this bass analog octave is good down to about that C sharp on low C, the low C sharp on the E string. So tracks are well above that. So that C sharp is about your cutoff or like solid notes, you know what I'm saying, for it. But as you can hear, you can get an amazing sound with the joint. Like, and I still have it built in with the functionality of just one click on and off. So you're actually triggering 4 effects at once versus just turning on 1 effect at a time. You know, so I got all this laid out for you guys. You ain't got to trip. It'll be there. And that one was called the Dirty Clear Synth. So that's number 11. Here's number 12. This is the Trim B Synth. Woo! Fire. Fire. And of course you can change that. You can change the rate of the tremolo with the BPMs. You know, you can choose to. You got a couple different options, but I mean, you can change that with the menu button here. You press that, go to BPMs right there. You'll be able to change it. But so, you know, you got options. And that's the great thing about it. You got options. Nice, warm synth bass sound. Here is Class B synth. So straight up classic bass synth type sound, you know. Use that for a lot of stuff. Plenty of it. Plenty of it on it. All right. So then we got the Dirty Talk synth. Talk to him dirty. Oh, this is really like a bass synth per se. This is more like I use this more for like melodies and stuff, like or background lines, you know. So that's more another solo, or like it can turn into a pad if you combine that with another unit, like another delay and reverb unit. Or if you had like a MS-70 CDR Plus, or like a one of the source audio pedal, any delay and reverb really. Additional, because it does have a delay on it, but an additional delay and reverb will really turn it into like a really big pad type sound. Or leaving it like this and adding just a little bit of reverb will just give you a straight up, background classic synth type stuff. Right? Beautiful. This one I call Star Synth. So as you can hear, that's definitely. So my nice Star Synth, you know what I'm saying? Another lead like synth type sound, or it can be, counter melody type thing, or it can be a layer to a melody, type thing. So I try to give you guys a variety of stuff, not just bass synth stuff, not just some presets with some EQs on them, you know what I'm saying? Like I try to give you guys my actual things that I'm going to be using. Like these are my exact settings that I'm going to be flipping through, bam, 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 because they already laid out the way I need them to be laid out, and it don't take me a lot of effort. Or at the very least, these are some my starting points for when I need new sounds. I already have these sounds available to me, and it's like, okay, that's already close. Let me go tweak that and get it exactly where I need it to go. It's, because most of these are already similar to other bass synth sounds, or other, of course, other bass sounds, like just in general. But it's about the details. It's about the details and the way I have things set up and laid out that makes it sound that way. It's like you can have the same tool, just like everybody got a bass. Everybody don't sound the same. It's about the settings of your EQ, the settings of your hands, the positioning, how you're touching the instrument, a whole lot of things. So it's not just any one thing that's going to change everything. It's everything combined together. And like with these units on here, you're going to be, at the very least, you'll have the exact, learn exactly how a professional would set these effects chains up if you don't understand how. And you'll actually get some settings that are close. You'll also be able to go in and turn things on and off. And I would suggest turning off your auto save feature on the pedal. And that way, when you get these presets, it's not, as you're making changes, it doesn't change the preset. And then you can just decide to save the preset somewhere else in another preset slot. but that way you can keep your original settings for this stuff the same. So you need to turn off the auto save. That's the key. And you need to hit the subscribe and like button. You got to hit the subscribe and like button too. And share this with a friend that is also a Zoom pedal user or lover or whatever the case. All right, so that's the star synth there. Here is my B-Man Dirty. So another dirty bass man setting, just kind of get you through, with a little extra dirt on there, and some different options on there like these. Also, these patches are meant to be almost like a pedal board for you. So it's six pedals at a time pretty much, but every preset is pretty much a different pedal board. So technically, if you like these settings and you just need like one effect to turn on and off, you could just go to that effect on the pedal. So say I need this compressor to turn on and off or whatever the case, I can go here, just turn the pedal on and off. This patch doesn't have a line selector in it. Some patches I didn't have room for a line selector, but I would have put a line selector on every single patch if I had the available space. But I didn't want to always be using a slot just for line selection because that limits the patches I was trying to build. And I'd rather you guys just had a patch. If you need a looper pedal or a three-way switch or something like that, where is it? Here's one. Let me see some. One of these is really good. They cost you about $40. They by T-tone, like the letter T and then tone. On Amazon, they're called a three-way looper switch. And these are really, really good. There we go. See, it got a nice little horsey, nice paint job on it. But pretty much it allows you to split your board or effects into 3 different loops. Goes in this way, comes in, and goes through these. And when you need them, each loop, so it goes into an effect, comes back into here. So this is the send. The top row is the send. The bottom row is the return. Goes in, out, comes back to the pedal. Goes in and out, comes back to the pedal. Goes in and out, comes back to the pedal. And then finally out of here. When you got all these off, it just bypasses your entire pedals that you have hooked up in here and goes straight out to here. So essentially bypassing all the effects and just running straight into wherever you're trying to go to. But these are about $40, and they're passive too. But if you want the lights to cut on, you can add a power supply. But great unit, solid build. I actually have 3 of these because they're $40 compared to other people's was running $100 and something. So go grab them off of off of Amazon before they're gone. But let's go. We almost finished. So let's get to it. So nice, funky, distorted patch, or it could be a nice rock patch. You can always, turn different effects on and off. So you got options, mad options. And here is my Neve 1073 setting, right? So this is like my studio signal path. A very simple signal path, but very versatile, very powerful. Let's see what the bass sound like without it. And with it, bam, clean and nice and warm, so very versatile sound. That'll work for just about anything. All you gotta do is do your tone shaping with your bass. Straight up slap. Finger style. Chordal playing. So if you're into just your plain sounds, you just want something that ain't going to, you just want to spruce up your actual bass sound. You don't want to add no color to it. You're not trying to change the characteristic of it. You're just trying to sweeten it up just a little bit and get it to where it's a nice, more balanced sound, You just wanted to boost that a little bit and make it sound right. Oh! You guys are beautiful. And that'll work across different basses, different EQs. Like my bass is pretty much, I was just doing a bit of tone shaping, but nothing too extreme, So nothing you won't be able to do with your bass, pretty much. So that's my my studio sound in general. Like you ask me if you need a nice just studio rig, that's it. That presets it. Here's something with a little bit more body to it. If you need just a nice, you like your bass sound, but you just want to add some grit to it. So here we go. Here's the clear drive. Zoom stupid. Zoom stupid. Like that's dumb. That's dumb. Like that's crazy. That is beautiful. That is the perfect overdrive pedal. The clear drive preamp is the driving force behind that. But I got a few other things on there that make it sound like that. Nice and warm and full. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, I love Zoom. And all this for $140, dog, plus whatever my fee gonna be for the presets. You feel me? So it ain't gonna cost you that much to get these sounds compared to if you had to buy all this stuff separately, and then if you had to literally pay me to sit there and set it up for you. You would be paying a lot more. Like this, the fact that they can get these this good for this price is nasty. That is nasty work there. All right, and here's what I like to call my double filter setting. Yeah, we on them, boy. That's on them. That on them right there, boy. Stop playing with that thing. That double filter crazy, yo. You can use that for synths. Again, if you wanted to take another unit and run delay and reverb, that'll be, you know what I'm saying, that you turn it into a pad. You can turn it into a lot of different stuff. But right there from that setting, you can do anything you want to do, from bass stuff to solo stuff. You just gotta catch your timing with it, you know. But and the last one, let's go. We in there. This one is actually a pad. I wanted to at least include one pad. I didn't want to do a whole bunch of pad stuff, just because most bassists aren't really using pads, and I didn't want you guys using the majority of the presets. You know, I'm doing 20 of them. I wanted to give you guys my top 20 presets, and I didn't want to use one of those, like 5 of those slots giving you pads when you're a bassist, and you need them synth sounds. Like they're hard. The synth sounds are hard to get to and tailor, and some of the studio stuff, and even some of the live stuff is hard to tailor, you know, for beginners. So I wanted to concentrate on you guys that are newer to effects and what you guys might need or what would help you guys out, rather than trying to focus on what cover everybody's needs. You know, it's if you into pads and stuff like this will get you started. And like I said, you can always tweak and save to a different preset, but just turn off your auto save and turn on your subscribe, like, and share button. There you go. Hey, we're in there. There we go. Another one. Let's go. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me, especially if you made it this far. We're an hour and 27 minutes in on them. Running through 20 patches. It's a lot of patches, especially because I want you guys to be able to hear them. And, I'm doing a bit of explaining. So I definitely appreciate y'all hanging with me. But here we go. So you can cover a lot with that pad there, between that, between all these different settings, you can literally just make a whole little song right there just with these few patches. Everything from your bass line to the drum parts to you playing chords and you soloing. You can do all of that with these different patches. And it's going to give you completely different sounds and different textures. You can do different layers with these if you are looping or recording. You don't have to just do one patch. You can layer them and, stereo pan them or however you want to do it. You can just have layers. You can have 3-4 layers if you wanted to of different sounds. So, with things like this, MS-60B Plus, it just makes the world a lot easier for bassists. So don't forget about these, what I'm saying? These are going to be some of the patches that you're going to need. You're going to need these things. Watch. You're going to go on the gig, you're going to need these patches. Like, I wish I had that patch I heard. And now you can. Just give me a week and I'll be doing more videos because it's not just this pedal. I'm going to have presets for MS-70 CDR. I'm going to have my Zoom B6 patches. I'm also going to have my patches, my tone models for Tone X1, which is going to include complete tone models and complete rigs, head and cabinet. And there's going to be ones that have just the preamp. And then there's going to be another pack with different packs with different IRs for different cabinets, which I'll be doing 6 different mics with, so you'll have things like the RE320 on different cabinets. You'll have the Audix D6. You'd have the SM57 on different cabinets I have. And all pretty much my settings that I use for my personal stuff. Pretty much all my personal IRs just given to you guys because I'm running through things like the Neve 1073 preamp and also through the JXS Color Box V2. I'll be running things through there as well. So, unfortunately, can't capture compressors, but, you guys are going to get a lot of my EQ settings and curves and, from not just my bass and my effects, but also from my cabinets and preamps. So you're going to get like almost access to all of my actual sounds, which, you know, I'm hoping that you guys will love and share and you know, not share it as in, you know, you buy one and you give it to your friend, but share as in tell your friend about it, let them buy it. You know what I'm saying? Now help me out now. Don't bootleg it, you know. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and all the support and things you guys been showing me lately. Definitely looking forward to getting you guys these different presets and settings and hearing what you guys do with them. But again, I am The Bass Negus. You can find me at all social media at The Bass Negus, Negus. You can find all my music at allbasscreations.bandcamp. You know, you can find all my stuff there, you know, if you want to buy it and support. And soon I'll have merch out, some merchandise, you know what I'm saying, with my logo and different things like that on it, as well as some nice little bass sayings for you guys. And we also going to have, like I said, these preset packs and IR packs, you know, for you guys. So stay tuned, and I appreciate you guys hanging with me. All right, this has been another episode of All Bass Creations, Effects, Tutorials, Demos, and Review. I am The Bass Negus. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.